Hi everybody, my name is Bianca. Welcome to Total Body 30. Today we will be doing total body exercises. We'll get that heart rate up and we're going to try to do things to target every single major muscle group. It is a 30-minute class. So today we will be using some gliders. If you're at home, then you can use a couple small towels or t-shirts. I'll also give you options in case you don't have those things available. You'll also want some water by your side for when we have breaks. Since it's a quick 30-minute class, we're going to go ahead and jump right into our warm-up. For our warm-up, we're going to be doing 5 movements. We'll do them for 30 seconds each, and we're going to run through it 2 times. We'll kind of ease in the first round, and then the second round we'll pick up that intensity a bit. As always, do everything at your own pace and choose what works for you today. I'm going to go ahead and start our timer, and we'll get into that warm-up. In 3, 2, 1, we're just going to start with some knee hugs. So drawing that knee up towards the chest and using the hands to pull it in. It doesn't have to come all the way up. Again, we're just getting into our warm-up. So easing in, doing what feels comfortable, just trying to get some movement in those joints, wake up those hips a little bit, especially if we've been sitting a lot. We have less than 10, then we're gonna switch to a hip flexor lunge. In 2, 1, big step back. That arm of the leg that steps back rises up to get a nice deep stretch through the front of that hip. Your gaze can follow, so eyes can travel towards the sky as we step back and reach up. We have about 10 seconds here. Let's try to get a couple more in. Last 5. Then we're gonna switch to a hamstring stretch. We're gonna find a nice wide squat stance, lowering it down to grab onto those toes, lifting the hips to stretch through the hammies. We've got some hamstring work today, so we want to make sure that they are nice and ready, waking them up. So alternating between that deep squat position, lifting the hips to feel the stretch through the back of the legs. Nice. We have about 5 seconds here, then we'll stand it up. And we're going to switch to a lunge. We can step it back, twist towards that knee that's out in front. Big step, twist. So keeping that posture tall, starting to engage that belly. Feel that twist through the obliques. It doesn't have to be a deep lunge. We're just warming up. We do have some lunges later, so we want to try to get comfy in this position now. In 5, then we'll transition to our last move, which is going to be an inchworm. So hands to the feet, walk it out into a strong plank. Hands come back in for that hamstring stretch. So this is great for our entire body, warming up the upper body, still getting that hamstring stretch in here as well. About halfway, you can add a push-up if you'd like, but keep walking it in and out. The straighter the legs are, the deeper stretch we're gonna get. In 2, we'll go back to those knee hugs. This is our last round of our warm-up. If you'd like, you can switch to some high knees to get the heart rate up. Pumping those arms, bringing those knees up to the chest, or you can stick with those knee hugs. Over halfway there, then we're going back to that hip flexor lunge. Finish it out. We have 5. And switch. Big step back, reaching up, stretching through the front of the hip. If we got that heart rate up with those high knees, we can try to take some deeper breaths here. Should be starting to feel the warmth building through the body. We have about 10 seconds and we're going back to that squat and hamstring stretch. And let's go. So in that deep squat, trying to keep that chest tall, and then lifting those hips to stretch through the back of the legs. Nice, just alternating, little pauses in each spot. Staying longer wherever you feel the need today. So if those hips are tight and you want to hang out longer in the bottom, that's fine. If those hamstrings are tight, you can stay longer at the top. Switching to that lunge, big step back, twist towards the knee in front. Still don't have to go all the way down in that lunge. Just getting those legs prepared for what's going to come. Warming up the core. We have 10. Big twist. Again, eyes should follow. Last one, we've got that inchworm. Hands to the feet. Walk it out into that plank, squeezing the hips. Add the push-up this round if you'd like. We do have some push-ups coming later, so this is a good chance to warm it up there. Over halfway, just about 10 to go. Then we'll grab some water. Let's try to get one more in. Last 3, 2, and 1. Relax. I'll stop this timer, reset it. We can grab some water. While you're resting, grabbing water, feel free to stand it up, step it out. I'm gonna go ahead and go over what we're doing for the day. Okay, so we have 4 movements that we're gonna work on today. We're gonna work on each one for a minute, and then we will have 30 seconds in between before we switch to the next exercise. The goal during that minute, a lot of stuff that we're doing is gonna be on a single side. So the first 30 seconds will be on our right side, for example. The last 30 seconds will be the left side, and then we'll have that 30-second break before moving on, okay? We're gonna repeat that 3 times. So we'll be doing that for a total of 18 minutes, but that includes our work and our rest time. I'm gonna have a clock running the whole time. It may not match the one on your screen, but don't worry, I got you, okay? So let's go ahead and see what we're doing. Our first one is going to be a reverse lunge to a static lunge. So our slider is going to be under our right foot. We're going to step it back into a lunge, staying low. We'll tuck that knee in, back out, and up. And we're going to work on that for 30 seconds and then switch sides. You'll just pass that slider under the opposite foot. If we don't have that slider, you can do this same thing, stepping it out. Next, we have a single arm push-up. So that slider will be under our right hand. The left hand will stay tucked under the chest. As we lower down, right arm glides out. Then we press back up. We'll stay on that side for 30, and then we'll switch. If you don't have a glider, we can focus on an offset push-up. Next, we'll come to the floor. We'll need both gliders or a bigger towel. We're gonna do a glute bridge, so squeezing the hips up high towards the sky, and then a hamstring curl. Glute bridge every time. You can do both feet at the same time. If you don't have gliders, same thing. You can just walk those feet out. Last but not least, we have a military crawl. Both gliders come under the feet. We come down to the elbows in our plank. We pull ourselves forward and we crawl back. So we should feel this in the upper body and the core. If you don't love that crawl, you can go to a bear crawl, especially if you don't have those sliders. All right, those are our 4. I'll walk you through it as we go. We're starting with those reverse lunges. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds on this first side. Big step back, tuck the knee in, all the way up. So staying low in that lunge before we return to the top. So again, that back knee does not need to touch the floor. We're focusing on that posture. Chest is tall, shoulder blades are down and back. We have 5 till we switch legs. 2 and 1. Pass that glider over right into that second side. This side might be a little harder. We tend to start on the side that we favor. So we leave it to the side we don't love as much for when we're tired. After this, we have a 30-second break. 10 seconds. Keep it up, keep it up. For 3, 2, and 1. Relax. 30-second break. We'll come to the floor. We have those push-ups next. You only need 1 slider. If you don't have a slider, you can just play with your hand position. Have an offset hand position. These are fun. These are challenging. I like these a lot. Challenge yourself on these. We go in 5. I'm going to start on the knees. 2, 1, and go. Right arm slides out. Trying to bring that chest as close to the floor as we can. Keeping those abs on. So we don't want those hips to stay back. We want to squeeze the glutes and make sure the hips are coming with us. Awesome. 10 seconds till we switch sides. We should have a little burn going today. A little more strength focused. And switch. Hand that glider over. Switch sides. Remember, we get a 30-second break after this. Squeezing those glutes so those hips stay with us as we lower down. 15. Make sure we're breathing as we go. Nice, team. We have 5. Finish strong. 2, and relax. 30-second break. We have those glute bridges next. So if you have a bigger towel or you have 2, we need 1 under each foot so that both feet can slide. We have 15 seconds and we get to lay down, right? That's awesome. 10 to go. Glute bridge, and then we have a hamstring curl at the top. We'll lay it down, get ready to go in 2, 1, up, squeeze, right side, left side, bring the hips back down. We're gonna do a glute bridge after every curl. That's a good reminder that we need to keep squeezing those glutes, keep pressing those hips high. That way they're not sagging at the top. We've got that core tight, protecting that low back, digging those heels into the floor as we curl, feeling that burn through the back of the legs. If you want more of a challenge, you do both legs at the same time. It is hard, but we can do it. This one we go for the whole minute because we're alternating throughout. We're almost there though. We have 10 seconds. Awesome, team. Just think about that break coming up. 2, 1, rest. Woo, we can sit it on up. You have 30 seconds, so if you want a sip of water, go for it. We don't have a break after this last one. We have 30 seconds, but we don't have a longer break. We're just going through 3 times total, okay? We're doing those military crawls, and we have less than 10 till we go. Take breaks as you need it. This one is also a minute long. In 2, 1, let's start. Nice strong plank, crawling forward and back. It's not about the speed. Of course, you can go faster if you want, but I want you to think about that solid plank. Remember, if we don't have the gliders, we don't love that crawl, you can lose them and do a bear crawl as well. Okay? That's our option if we don't have anything to slide. We've got 30 seconds to finish these out. Then we have a 30-second break. Awesome. Should be feeling it in that upper body. Core should be working hard. 15 to go. Whoop, almost lost my slider there. Make sure they stay under your feet or it'll be a lot harder, right? Awesome. Last 5. Finish it out for 2, 1. Relax. 30 seconds. Then we stand it up right back into that lunge. We've got 2 more rounds of that. All right, deep breaths. Step it out. Try to keep moving. Small sips of water as we go. We go in 10. Maybe switch your starting leg this time. See if it feels different. In 2, 1, Go. Big step back, in, out, up. Knee doesn't touch the ground. The goal is to just stay low in that static lunge, keeping that posture tall. Big squeeze. Legs should be burning. We have 10 seconds till we switch sides. At least we get a little relief that way. 2, and stand, switch it on over, right into that second side. Good. Make sure we're breathing. Awesome. We go out and down, in, out, squeeze it up. That's all you have to think about right now. 10 seconds. Out, in, out, and up. Last 3, 2, 1. 30-second break. On to those push-ups. Quick breather, team. We can make our way to the floor. You still only need one glider, other one's off to the side. 15 seconds, small sips of water if we have it nearby. I'm gonna switch the side I start on, but it's up to you what you do. We go in 5, staying on the knees. Let's go. Big slide, trying to get that chest to touch the floor. However, if we go here and we lose all tension, then try to find that range of motion where we still can maintain that core tension and not lose all of that control at the bottom. So if we can't go all the way down, that is totally okay. I'd rather you be squeezing those glutes, squeezing the belly. Switch sides. 30 seconds, then we get that break. Good. Hips are traveling with us. We're not leaving them in the dust here, okay? Keep it moving. Working that chest, working those triceps. Big press away from the floor to come back to the top. Awesome, team. We have 5. Give me 1 more, maybe 2. And rest. 30-second break. Woo! How we feeling, team? That probably takes us about halfway, right? Halfway through. We've got those glute bridges to that hammy curl. If you prefer one over the other, feel free to focus on just the one. You know I love a combo, but that's not for everyone. So we are going in 5. We can lay it down, hands by our side. 2, 1, big squeeze. Right leg, left leg, hips down, hips up. Both legs if you can. Hips down, hips up. One side, second side. Awesome. Go at your own pace. You do not have to match me. You can go faster if you'd like. You can go more slow and controlled. We are about halfway there. This one's a long one because we alternate throughout. Keep it moving, 30 seconds. Remember those options here. Awesome, team. Digging those heels into the floor. Whoop, lost my slider. To help those feet slide. We should feel it in the back of the legs, and we want to try to keep those hips as high. If they're falling, give me a big squeeze. 2, 1, relax. One more, team. One more for round 2. We have those crawls. It can be a military crawl. It can be a bear crawl, whatever you prefer. We have 15 seconds. Deep breaths, keeping that chest open as we wait. Maybe sipping on some water. Going in 3, 2, 1. This time toes are on the slider. On those forearms, big strong pulls and pushes. We should feel this in the upper body. My core also feels it a ton, so I hope you are too. Awesome. This one's a long one, team. We have a full minute here. Nothing to switch sides. Remember, if we don't like those gliders or we don't have any, we can switch to bear crawls. We'll still go forward and back for those. We're over halfway, team. You can pick up the pace. You can slow it down. You can take a quick break if you need it. We have short rests, right? Do what works for you. These last 10, I want to see you moving. Finish it out. Do it with me for 5, 2, 1. Relax. Woo! One more round, team. 30-second break. I'm going to grab some water. Then we have our last round of lunges. After this, we are done. We are going in 5, 2, 1. Last chance on each movement. Let's see if we can work harder and longer than we did in round 1 when we were fresh. We weren't tired yet. Let's see what we can do. Let's challenge ourselves today. Set a goal for yourself based on how you're feeling. We have a few minutes for you to achieve that goal. Awesome, let's switch sides. Last 30 on these lunges. If those legs are burning, we're almost done. Don't forget about that upper body. Shoulder blades are backing down. Belly is tight. It's working to stay nice and tall, nice and upright. 10 seconds. Then we get a 30-second break. We can see it. In 2, and relax. Woo! How we feeling, team? Like we only have 3 movements left. Hopefully we're feeling everything right now. That's the goal. And a little sweaty, a little out of breath. We have 15 until that last set of push-ups. Only 30 seconds on each side. All right, take the options that you need. We're gonna go in 5, in 2, 1. I'm starting on the right side. Knees down, squeezing those glutes, lowering that chest as far as we can while maintaining that nice tight core like we would in a plank. Already halfway on this side. Keep it up. Few more reps, nice and strong. Big press away from the floor. We have 5. Awesome, switch it over. Second side. Then we are done with these slider push-ups. Awesome, team. In and out, nice and steady. Big reach forward, big press back up. Reset the hips if you need to, if they're sneaking back. We have 5, give me 1 or 2 more. And rest. 30-second break. Grab slider number 2. Maybe grab some water. We're moving to that glute bridge. Last thing for the lower body. We have 15. Take some deep breaths while we're here. We can go ahead and lie down. We'll go in 5, hands by our side. And go. Big squeeze. Draw those heels out and back down. Glute bridge every time. Curl, curl, and drop. Big press up. Abs should be working here too, especially when we're in that top position. We're squeezing the belly. We're squeezing the glutes so that those hips don't fall. Hips are high, digging those heels into the floor. Legs go out and in. We have 30 seconds. Finish it out strong. Last thing for lower body. I know it's probably burning by now. Make sure we're focusing on that breath. Maybe slowing that heart rate down a little bit before we have to go to those crawls. Last 10. Awesome, team. Whoop. 2 and 1. 30-second break. My sliders just keep sliding away. I guess that's what they're supposed to do, right? Last movement of the day, then we'll cool it down, stretch it out a little bit. We have 15 seconds, then we have a minute of work between us and the finish line, all right? Let me see your favorite variation of a crawl. We go in 3, 2, 1. So many options here. You can be in that military crawl, on the forearms, in that solid plank position, still squeezing those hips. So we don't want those hips high. Glutes are down in line, right? Or we can ditch those gliders, come up to the hands, knees off the floor, doing that bear crawl, forward and back. Whatever we're feeling today. We have 30 seconds to finish it out. Then we get to cool it down, team. We're almost there. Deep breaths while we're moving. Hopefully that core has been getting some work throughout this whole day. 10 seconds to go. Stay with me. Keep those knees up. Last 5. Finish it out. For 2, 1. Relax. Woo! We can push those gliders off to the side. We don't need them anymore. We are done with those. All right, team, we're gonna go ahead and cool it down. If you want a couple sips of water, feel free. But I'm just gonna go ahead and start with a child's pose. So hips go over those heels, arms go out in front. Starting to slow the breath, taking deeper breaths and filling the belly with air. That forehead goes towards the floor. Awesome job today, team. We're gonna go ahead from here, tucking our toes, pressing those hands into the floor, lifting the hips to the sky for a downward dog. Pressing through the floor, driving those heels down. You can pedal those heels for that little calf stretch. Awesome. Again, still just focusing on trying to take deeper breaths, slowing that heart rate down. We'll step that right foot forward, outside of the hands. We'll leave that back knee up just for a second or two. You can circle that back ankle. If you'd like a deeper stretch, you can reach that inside elbow down. We're all gonna drop that back knee, pressing forward into that hip. Sending those hips back, straightening that front leg, drawing the toes towards you. Chest lifts a little here. Trying to feel that stretch through those hamstrings. Awesome. We'll bring that right foot back. Left foot comes forward, back knee is lifted. We can circle that ankle. Drawing that elbow towards the floor for a little bit of a deeper stretch, if you'd like. Everyone will have that back knee meet the floor, pressing forward to stretch through the hip. Sending the hips back, straightening the front leg, drawing the toes towards you. A couple more deep breaths here. Awesome. We'll bring that foot back, plant the feet to the floor, let the head hang, and we'll slowly roll it up, one vertebrae at a time. We'll take a couple deep breaths. Big inhale and exhale. One more. Big inhale, exhale. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you all got a great sweat in. If you have a chance, there should be a survey for some feedback in the description of this video. So if you have a chance to take that, that would be a great help. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.